So, let me have the photo. So, bibilang po ako, ha? Wait lang. Yung may gusto lang po mag-open ng kanilang camera for privacy purposes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one po. Kasi dalawa po tayo dito sa screen. So again, 1, 2, 3. So again, we have 4 rules that we need to follow in a regular pattern. Take note, ha? Regular. What makes the cycle regular? That is the most important. The cycle can be considered to be regular or normal pattern if mucus begins to appear and it ends with a slippery sensation. There is a peak. Take note, ha? So if you will be asked, what makes a cycle normal or regular pattern? If mucus starts to appear and it ends with a slippery sensation or with a peak, that is a normal pattern. So we have 3 early day rules and we have the peak rule. So let's start first with the menstruation again, which commences, take note, ang regla ay darating 11 hanggang 16 pagkatapos ng ovulation. How would you know if there is an ovulation? Mucus ends in a slippery sensation because according to Dr. Billings, a slippery sensation indicates the egg is already mature and any moment there will be an ovulation. So after the peak day, there will be an 11 to 16 days of luteal. And after the 11 to 16 days of luteal, menstruation now will commence. This is very important. It tells us that menstruation can only happen if there is a successful ovulation. If there will be no ovulation, mucus will not end with a peak day, not slippery, no? Walang peak day. Kung walang peak day, walang slippery mucus, then there will be no luteal phase. Kung walang luteal phase, no menstruation. Take note, the luteal phase will only exist if mucus ends with a slippery. And we call it a normal pattern. Now, let's go to the rules. According to early day rule number 1, if you want to postpone pregnancy, then please follow this rule. Avoid intercourse on the days of heavy bleeding during menstruation. Clear? So this is EDR 1. For those who would like to postpone pregnancy, what is the major reason if you will be asked in the future? The only thing that you need to say is this. According to the studies conducted by Drs. John and Evelyn Billings since 1953 and approved by the World Health Organization, that during the days of menstruation, ovulation might occur quite early in the cycle. And mucus cannot be seen clearly because of the menstrual bleeding. The menstrual bleeding could obscure the presence of the mucus during the days of menstruation. So this is an example wherein there is an early ovulation during the days of menstruation. This example tells us that there is no peak day, wherein menstruation and mucus are together. Okay, clear. EDR 1. Again, during the first part ng ating discussion, I mentioned that following menstruation, you have the BIP, or the changing pattern of dry. During the days of dry after mens, the cervix is completely closed by the mucus plug. Following menstruation, cervix occluded with thick, dense plug of mucus. And this is what we call the BIP. You know that. We studied that earlier. During the days of BIP, we apply EDR2, meaning kailangang ikaw ay tuyo mula pagkagising ng umaga hanggang gabi. Sapagkat ang pagtatanik lamang during the days of the BIP would be at night, wherein the condition must be you are dry upon rising from the bed. Dry, nothing is seen, walang nakikitang discharge, and that dry sensation is maintained until going back to bed, no? At kapag ikaw ay tuyo mula umaga hanggang gabi, you can now have intercourse at night. Take note, at night. No, not 12:01, 12:02. It should be at night, 6 p.m. until 12 midnight. That is the consideration in terms of the time frame for the definition of night. At hindi pwedeng araw-araw. It should be alternate evenings. Why alternate evenings? Because if intercourse will take place at night, the following day when you rise from the bed, the sensation would be what? Wet. Because the seminal fluid from your husband will be dislodged out of your body the moment you rise from the bed. And your sensation now will be wet and you will be confused. Is this seminal fluid or is this a discharge or a mucus? So you need to abstain the following day after the intercourse at night. And you need to wait for the next day. If you are dry again, morning until evening, then EDR2 resumes. Alternate evenings. So during the days of the BIP, according to Dr. Sister Anna Capella, she is the one responsible for the image that you are looking right now at your screen. No, the cervix is completely closed by the mucus plug. Last Saturday, we call it the G-mucus. Sperm cannot enter. Sperm dies during the intercourse at night. The following day, when you rise from the bed, all this seminal fluid will be dislodged out of the body by gravity when you stand up and when you go to the comfort room. Clear? So the seminal fluid on the day following intercourse could obscure the mucus, which I already explained to you. These different reasons, no, regarding EDR2. So look at our EDR2. Look at the first color green. Titignan. The first color green, there is a symbol of capital letter I. Intercourse. The following day, look at the symbol, circle, wet, SF, seminal fluid. The following day, dry, morning until evening. Nag-intercourse ulit. That is the meaning of the alternate evenings. Clear? Okay. So that is EDR2. Now, what is EDR3? EDR3, I will simplify this. Please listen. EDR3 means avoid intercourse on the beginning of the first appearance of the discharge until it becomes slippery, until peak day, including 1, 2, 3. I repeat, iwasang magtalik sa panahon na merong kang mucus na nagbabago patungong madulas at merong peak. Isama mo ang unang 3 araw ng luteal phase. Yaan ay EDR3. EDR3 means abstain from any genital contact from the beginning of the appearance of mucus until it becomes slippery with a peak, including the first 3 days of dry of luteal. If there is a peak, allow 3 days of the luteal phase. Afterwards, ang intercourse will resume on the 4th day after the peak. And we call it the peak rule. And that is the last, let's look at the EDR3. EDR3 starts where? With that circle color blue. Nagsisimula siya sa unang appearance ng mucus, abstain hanggang sa peak day, kasama ang 1, 2, 3. These are the entire EDR3. Okay? Now, after the peak, after the 1, 2, 3, we apply now the peak rule. The peak rule says, intercourse is available from the beginning of the 4th day, mula sa ika-4 na araw, pagkatapos ng peak, from the beginning of the 4th day past the peak, until the end of the cycle. Intercourse is available every day at any time. Pwede sa umaga, sa tanghali, sa hapon, sa gabi, sa madaling araw, sa umaga, etc. Every day at any time. It starts on the 4th day past the peak day. Clear? So these are the 4 rules. What are the 4 rules again? There are 3 EDR, 3 early day rules. EDR1 for menstruation, EDR2 for BIP, EDR3 for mucus until peak, including 1, 2, 3. EDR3, lahat yan. Peak rule begins on the 4th day past the peak day. And the peak rule is what? It is an intercourse of every day at any time. So where is the peak rule here? The one with the color red box. It starts on the 4th day until the end of the luteal phase. Every day at any time. That is the peak rule. Okay? So again, let's try to check using this chart. Where is the menstrual period? The menstrual period begins on day 1 until day 5. So EDR1, if the couple would be postponing pregnancy, the couple would abstain from any genital contact from days 1 until day 5. Day 1 to day 5, no? Where is the BIP? BIP starts on day 6 until day 11. But some couples, they don't want to have intercourse kahit dry, but some may spotting, no? Maybe the couple start on day 7. What time? It should be at night. Kung nag-intercourse on day 7 at night, the next intercourse would be day 9 at night. After day 9, it would be day 10. Day 11. Day 7 at night, day 9 at night, and day 11 at night. So these are what we call the possible days of intercourse during the days of BIP. Alternate evenings, EDR2. For example, no intercourse on day 6 and day 7, but the intercourse happens on day 8 at night. Kung nag-intercourse ng day 8 at night, the next intercourse would be day 11. So always alternate evenings. EDR2. Saan nagsisimula ang EDR3? EDR3 starts on day 12. The first appearance of mucus. Avoid intercourse during the days of discharge. That is EDR3. Until the peak day, day 18, including 19, 20, 21. So these days, 12 until 21, these days, the rule must be EDR3. Ano nga ba uli ang EDR3? Avoid intercourse during the days of discharge leading to a peak, including the first 3 days of the luteal EDR. And where is the peak rule? The peak rule starts on day 22 until day 30. every day, at any time.